Alrighty, back looking at cryptocurrency currently. We're starting off with XRP before jumping over to coinmarketcap. Jumping right into it, we have XRP trading sideways on the potential brink of a breakout upward toward overhead resistance waiting for us. Watch out for 46 cents overhead as we may, make our way up to it here in the immediate short term. So we do have two of our chosen three robos entering a bullish state, and you can heavily consider investing that 50% engineering robo based investment ratio at current levels based on the time of recording right now. You can jump in based on that confirmation, and we have bullish robos for Bitcoin, so I do believe we can get slightly more excited about these buy suggestions. We have support present near 30 cents forming, though down below 25 cents is where you can more comfortably and confidently invest that 20% support-based investment ratio. 30 cents is looking nice if we were to return to it moving forward. We are not eager to jump in at our dotted horizontal levels as they are more pivot points. The solid horizontal levels are going to be the far more significant support and resistance. We have this newly visualized downtrend line here locally. If you remember a previous XRP video, I was not a huge fan of the way the other one looked and how we were interacting with it. So I have revisualized it, and it is much nicer to look at. Though still a high risk confirmation, I would like further, daily candles opening and closing above it, perhaps interacting with it in a bullish manner. Support found above it is nice to see. I do believe you can more comfortably and confidently invest your 30% downtrend line investment ratio once we are above this solid downtrend line, which may encompass our much broader, midterm downtrend. I do believe we are trapped in for the following few months here, though in the immediate short term, upside is necessary to cancel out some of the downside that we have endured. Though downside typically follows, so we can wrap it all up together in sideways and be at the same price we are now, but in like 5 months from now. Though we go with the flow and we watch out for a robo in the immediate short term here. Technically, we do anticipate some sort of moves upward toward that overhead resistance. As I mentioned, 46 cents is waiting for us. Technically, XRP in a slightly bullish state based on these confirmations. Hopping over to coinmarketcap, we can see Bitcoin is well into the $400 billion market cap range. We have Ethereum, just about $200 billion. Bitcoin is up 12% this week, 2% today. Ethereum, 34% this week, just about 9% today. Tether, I do believe, has increased its circulating supply and has returned to a $1 stablecoin status. We've been waiting for that. Let's actually see what that might smell like in terms of this line chart. We are waiting for Tether to return to its sort of stablecoin status and back to $1 because it was, rather unsightly looking at it trading below its $1 status. That is slightly required for a stable coin. We just have to see if we can hold this level moving forward. So if we can maintain this sort of status, then Tether may continue to do its thing. Don't believe it's going anywhere anytime soon, but may be under fire along with other stablecoins as rules and regulations plague the market all at once, but is all a necessary evil for broader adoption and longer term upside that awaits us. Plenty of green to be seen. A lot of these top projects doing quite well over the last week. Ethereum Classic up 76% in the last 7 days, 11% in the last 24 hours. Bored Ape Coin 43% this week, 17.5% today. Near Protocol, you're in the green, doing quite well at the moment. 30% in gains this week, 9.5% today. Matic, we covered in a previous video. We did, realize we are at resistance and heavily considered taking profit based on that short-term upside during a, perhaps bearish time in crypto. You want to capitalize on these upswings as you can, because I do believe bull traps occur during potential bear markets. If you were to consider this one, any sort of upside or moves upward may be rather short-lived, as they are better for getting out of the market rather than getting in. At this point in time, though, I do believe euphoric levels await us. Now back looking at Bitcoin, crypto, the currency currently making its way upward toward overhead resistance waiting for us. Watch out for 25,880 overhead. We have some very bullish robos in play. Remember that early bird back in June. If you were the high risk buyer at 21.5, you are in profit at the moment. If you were to hold through this ridiculous range we are breaking out of. Watch out for a retest downward here, perhaps an interaction with 21,815 may occur before we can continue our way upward toward resistance waiting for us all along the way. I have visualized this, what appears to be ascending triangle formation that we may just interact with. We'll like to see just how it goes. Resistance is waiting for us. Where will this pump take us? Do not buy a top. Don't get wrecked by a fake out or false hope from a bull trap. I do believe a much broader downtrend is in play, and we will likely perhaps return to these prices we are expected to leave from. We will perhaps see them again before we get back to all-time highs. That is not impossible whatsoever. And so technically, we have all of our chosen robo advisors bullish at the moment, so you can heavily consider investing your 50% Bitcoin investment ratio. You've been suggested to be accumulating Bitcoin strategically for quite some time now, based on the soon-to-be revealed fear and FOMO zones. So at the moment, you may be able to capitalize on this move nicely. So once we are free from local resistance forming, currently we are at a resistance level, the top of my ascending triangle. Breaking free from it is anticipated and will be nice to see. We've mentioned resistance overhead. 21.8 may present itself. Watch out for that as well. Support is to be solidified. You've been accumulating tactically all throughout the past weeks here. Your 20% support-based investment ratio is still to be determined, as these support levels are still being solidified, and that remaining 30% can be invested once we are free from this solid down trend line overhead. And lastly, the fear and FOMO zones here still suggesting we are in one of the nicest times to be accumulating Bitcoin with a longer term uptrend in mind. The FOMO zone still suggests that we won't top out until $190,000 per Bitcoin, pretty much 200K. That is where you can much more confidently and safely get out of the market with anticipation of a top forming. We are far too close to a bottom at the moment, in my opinion. So 45% in downside upon entering the fear zone has occurred for the third time. We are watching out for 84% in downside to occur if we consider previous all-time highs formed back in December of 2017 there. We also have the all-time high visualized as well that we are currently interacting with, and support off of it would be very nice to see. And so previously, when we set that all-time high, we were in the FOMO zone, and a rejection out of it was far more aggressive and significant based on that interaction. Current, more recent all-time highs have not seen the FOMO zone, so I don't believe there is significant enough sell pressure to push us to that 84% low that occurred. But it is there to be kept in mind in case history repeats itself or rhymes. But we go with the flow of crypto, and we watch out for Robo, buy low, sell high, accumulate here during times of extreme fear, go oh no when Robo says there's FOMO. Thank you so much for tuning in, and tune in for the next one.